Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
Welcome to another episode of Heels Forever podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Edelman. Along with me is my boy, Brody James. Brody, how you doing today?
I'm feeling great, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. It was a good weekend for Ohio sports somewhat. You know, we had Ohio State picking up the win. Unfortunately, Cleveland decided to choke at the end of it. So just always finding a way to just ruin my Sunday dreams.
Gotcha.
Was
No doubt.
very interesting week as far as WWE goes. Don't really want to spend a lot of time on this today, but you know, we had Raw on Monday going down to, you know, Cody Rhodes kind of starting to join this whole bloodline feud. Kind of what we were assuming as far as a whole, nothing very, you know, out of the ordinary when it came to Raw. Um, how do you feel about Rhea Ripley now going into Crown Jewel? Has your opinion changed on whether you think she's going to continue the title reign, or do you think that someone else could end up squeezing out a victory?
I think if I don't know if someone else is gonna squeeze out the victory. Like I said, I think either like they're gonna make it like Nia Jax so that she has like a formidable opponent, or she's just gonna carry it till Mania or after.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I still think they're gonna find a way to have her lose the title without losing it. Kind of jumping back to the Cody Rhodes thing, that something happened at the opening of the show. You had Cody
Okay,
Rhodes challenge Damian Priest at Crown Jewel. That's been made
nice.
official. But, you know, they had a brawl breakout between Damian Priest, Cody Rhodes, and then JD McDonough ends up putting Cody Rhodes' ankle in a chair, smashes it, you know, whatever. So now you have that whole injury angle with Cody, you know, that the good guy's always got to be overcoming some type of injury or it doesn't make sense. Do you think that they're going to take this opportunity to kind of build Cody Rhodes back up for a title run, or do you think this is going to be Damian Priest kind of starting to propel himself as Mr. Money in the Bank and, you know, kind of building up that resume for a Priest Rollins or Priest and Drew McIntyre championship fight?
I think it could be a little bit of both. I think it gives Cody Rhodes a meaningful feud leading up to where ultimately they want him to be. And I think it does just as much for Priest to be able to be in there with someone like Cody Rhodes having a meaningful feud until what they want him to be.
Yeah, and that's the one thing too that I've kind of noticed with Cody Rhodes is he's more than happy to kind of be that fall guy too to propel people. So don't really know where this one's gonna go just yet.
If they
Moving
bang
on.
out 2 or 3 good premium live events with it, or kind of carry it
Yeah.
to almost Rumble at the end of the year, that's fine. It'll do great for both of them.
Yeah, and then you know, you could even kind of have maybe Priest cash in and win the title and then Cody's story ending, you know, at Mania for a title against Priest. That could, you know, definitely be something that we see down the road as well.
Not bad, Kenny. Not bad.
Yeah, I applied to be a writer once and I never got the call. So, you know. But moving on,
Gotcha.
we had New Day, Alpha Academy. Not too sure, you know, what they're doing with either one of these guys anymore. I feel like we kind of went through this the last time where, you know, the tag team division is in shambles. They don't really have any teams that stand out, and if they do, they end up breaking them up or you know making them in a role that they shouldn't be. Do you think that the New Day's title chances have kind of come and gone now that they're a little bit older? They don't really have Big E there. Do you kind of see them as much as I hate to say it, jobbers moving forward to kind of propel the younger guys up?
I think until they switch the gimmick, then yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. 100%. I think until they split off and do something fresh, but as long as Big E's not in the picture, I mean, unless they had like decent tag teams on the way up that they're really looking to invest in, like oh shit, we need them to have a tag team to go over on that makes it mean something, then yes.
And
But right now, the way they're treating the titles, that doesn't seem like it's the case.
I did hear that they're discussing unveiling new tag titles sometime soon. I don't know how
Good,
true
they
it
need
is,
it.
but my
Ugly
thing
as hell.
is it gonna be are they gonna do, two different sets again? Because now you got these guys on both shows every week, and that's a lot of traveling, especially, when you're being booked every night. Do you think that, maybe it's time to split those back up, or do you like the one tag team for both shows?
I would split them back up if you can have 4 belts.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it's cool at first when they win the titles, but we don't really need to see them carrying those ugly ass red and blue belts. Like,
No,
either
no,
give me
they're
something new or just split them back up. Just
correct.
do it.
I agree.
And then next up, we had Becky Lynch, Indy Hartwell, NXT Women's Title match. Honestly, I think Hartwell did a lot better than I was expecting her to do, being up on the main card.
Likewise, likewise.
Um, I like what they did here. They didn't give her the title, but they gave her enough of a push to kind of keep her in the limelight. Now, obviously, I don't think that she's ever gonna be on the level of beating Rhea Ripley or anything like that, but I could easily see, Indy maybe ending up back on NXT now that they're kind of interchanging things again and kind of building her up to be the next champion as well.
That's a
Side
fair
note to
assessment.
this, Becky Lynch did end up losing the next night at Halloween Havoc to
Yeah, she did.
Valkyria, which honestly I kind of like that Indy Hartwell Valkyria maybe, build up a little bit there now that maybe Becky's coming back to the main card.
Yeah, thank Christ.
Yeah, because could you imagine if the Crown Jewel match had Becky Lynch in it, so it would actually make sense in that Fatal 5-Way? Like, I feel like it's just a bunch of they were like, "Oh, let's just pick 5 women and kinda throw them all together and see what happens."
Yeah, bro, I'm looking at it like you have no shot. That's what I said. Like the only one that I could see even going over is Nia Jax. Like you said, like Raquel, I could see that too. I think she's good. But other than that, like I look around, I'm like, bro, nobody's who's like I don't know. It doesn't. It's like I don't know. It's like Rhea Ripley and then a bunch of pikers like in the match. I don't know. That doesn't seem
Yeah,
like there's any threat to me.
and the worst part about it was they did the whole contract signing on Monday night, and
Yeah, and it was a
they
shit show.
yeah, and Nia Jax, bro, like, nobody wants you there as it is, and then you get on the mic, and you just put in the worst spot I have ever seen in my life, like, it didn't even make sense, like, I'm all for you having the mic time if you're gonna say something that makes sense, but it just didn't it almost
Yeah,
felt
she's
like they were
awkward
just
on the
trying to, like,
microphone.
take up space,
Awkward
essentially.
on the microphone.
Yeah,
Not a lot of mic skills there.
I still think Raquel takes it as of now,
Nice. All right.
and I feel like they're just gonna build back up Rhea Ripley. Then
Fair
we
play.
had Johnny Gargano and Giovanni Vinci,
Vinci.
Imperium, blah, 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 but fucking blah. Tired of
Yeah, I know,
hearing
bro.
about Ludwig Kaiser, Vinci, that other bum that's the champion. I don't even care to say his name anymore.
Oh, the bum that's the champion.
You had,
Cornette said he was the best thing in wrestling right now.
bro, and you know what? I'm sure there's plenty of people that feel that way, but I am not
Really?
one of them. Yeah, I mean, he's the classical like Bruno
Wrestler.
Sammartino kind of guy,
Yeah.
but
Fucking like
he's
watching
not my
grass
cup of tea.
grow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Not my cup of tea at all.
All right. So onward.
Yeah, so moving forward, we had Logan Paul come out, basically telling Rey Mysterio he's taking that title no matter what. Then he turns to Samantha Irvin and calls her into the ring and, tries to give her a hard time because she's Ricochet's fiance. Ricochet comes through, starts attacking Logan Paul, and then Dom interfered to save Logan Paul. So now you kind of have this Logan
Nuclear
Paul,
heat fucking tag team.
exactly. And it's almost perfect to the point where if they decided to go this route and take Dom out of the Judgment Day, I wouldn't even be mad about it because I think like he could get a lot more heat with Logan Paul. And then you can always throw in a Rey Mysterio Ricochet versus Logan Paul and Dom and make it even a bigger match than what we're looking at now.
That would be a heat match. Let's see if they have the fucking chops to do it. That would be a heat match.
Honestly, like I'm just thinking about how much high flyness you would get in that match. It could
Great
be
spots. Great spots.
great opportunity for great spots. Moving on, though, we had the women's tag team champions, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green. They defeated Natalya and Nikki Cross. I don't really care for this match because, like I said before, I don't really care for Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I think they're both absolute trash. My only reason I wanted to cover this is because what in the fuck are they doing with Natalya? Like, I feel like they keep giving her these TV spots of where she's trying to be like buddy buddy with all like the younger talent. Like, are you guys transitioning her into a manager, or are you trying to have her befriend one of these younger people who then they bring up and you backstab? Like, I'm just not understanding where her whole storyline is going right now, and I don't even think they do.
Like I said, they're throwing it against the wall right now with this women's tag team.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand how they can be so up and down with this division. Like there are some killers in this division and they need
You're
to get the
right.
shit
You're right.
figured out for when, you finally have Jade Cargill on one of these shows.
True. True. All right. Onward on this
Next,
one too. Doesn't do it
yeah,
for me.
we had Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn. This one was a great
Enjoyed
match
this.
for me. I
I
was
did. I
very
like
into
this.
this one. Love Sami Zayn. I love this whole angle that they're doing. I think they have a lot of room to build on it. Um, obviously Drew's going to get the win. He's going into Crown Jewel. You can't have him losing one to Sammy right before potentially beating Seth freaking Rollins, which I still think that he could potentially win that as well. We'll get to that in a little bit later,
Would have been
but
a nice triple threat too.
that's what I was going to say.
They never. They don't utilize this. What are they gonna do this at Survivor Series when it's useless?
Well, that's
Like
what
they
I
should
don't
have did this
understand too.
then.
Like they have so many different angles going at the same time, and it's like, yo, interlock them for once. Like make it a little bit more interesting. If you would have given me a triple threat match at Crown Jewel with Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, and Drew McIntyre, I'd have
Oh,
been like,
bro.
bro, give it to me right fucking now.
Correct.
I just
I agree.
I don't understand why, they're kind of they're branching off storylines that should be intertwined.
I agree. I agree. They should have been a triple threat.
Right. And then next we had Big Bronson Reed beating Akira Tozawa squash match, you know. But it still just doesn't make sense with this guy. Like I feel like they can't figure out what the fuck to do with him either. You finally give him an Intercontinental Championship match, and Gunther just squashes him too. So I feel like he's
That's
gonna waste
horrible. That's
away.
horrible. This guy could have been like the Bam Bam Bigelow of this era, bro.
Right.
They're not booking it properly for him. He could have been like a real, like another, like I
Hmm.
said, like a good big man. There's not a lot. There's not too many of them around right now.
Right. And then really quickly, just we have the main event here. Jey Uso, Damian Priest. Jey Uso obviously coming to the rescue of Cody Rhodes. He got attacked earlier. You had Damian Priest beat Jey Uso. Obviously, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. He's got to get the one up. I'm still not sure why we're still running Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes as like boys. Like, are we doing Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, or are we doing Jey Uso and Sami Zayn? Like, I'm not understanding what the end game is
Interesting.
here on this.
Interesting. I have no idea, bro.
I'm
I
still
don't.
honestly, like I said before, I'm still not sure that we'll ever see Damian Priest cash in that Money in the Bank because he's not it. And I
I
feel
don't think
like,
so either.
and I'm just like, I'm trying to understand what they were looking at when they gave it to him. Like, were they just giving it to him because he was the heel in the match and everybody wanted LA Knight to win? Because it hasn't been making sense to me, but we'll leave
At
it at
all.
that.
Everyone else in his stable has gained more heat than him in the last 9 months or however long they've been doing this.
Exactly. It's like each
Everyone in
week
that
he's
stable,
kind of
including Finn
getting
Balor, got a championship match while in that fucking stable.
right. And then how many times did, the opportunity was there to cash it in and just nothing? Like, bro, either just fucking have him cash in and fail at this point because it's a waste of time just being in his hand.
I agree. I agree, bro.
All right, so next up, we get to talk about my favorite fucking segment of the wrestling week. Opening of SmackDown. Roman Reigns music hits. He's walking out, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't even get halfway down the ring, and LA Knight's music hits, interrupts, walks straight
Snaked
past
him.
him, doesn't
Fucking
even look at him,
snaked him.
fucking like a G. Walks up into the ring, grabs the seat at the head of the table, and tells Roman to sit down on the side of the table.
And acknowledge him. I was
And
dead, bro. I fucking
exactly,
died. I
this
died,
dude,
bro. I was dead.
like like every time he talks on the mic, I feel like I'm 11 years old watching this show again. Like
Yeah, he's
it's
definitely
like
in the zone, bro. He's in the
yeah, and
groove.
it's like the perfect mixture of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, a little bit of Triple H. Like I feel like they built him in a lab because
It's
he's just
true.
hitting all of
It's
the
true.
Attitude Era perfectly, and
Yeah.
he's building up this to the point where, like I said, and I told you the other day, I think LA Knight is winning this match. I don't see an ending that he doesn't, just because he's the hottest fucking thing in the business right now. I understand Roman's coming up on Hulk Hogan's record, but let's be real. They're not letting him touch that record. I don't think they let him beat that record. And he's not scheduled for Survivor Series. So I think you're going to see Roman take a little bit of time off.
I hope so, bro.
And I think you're going to see LA Knight be the champion for a minute. Might not be for too long. Maybe, he has a rematch at the Rumble or something. But I think LA is going to get the win.
They're gonna fuck this up.
Dude,
They're gonna fuck this up.
that's
I have
literally all
no
I've been
doubts,
thinking
bro.
about since
They're
like
gonna
they
fuck
announced that
this
he was
up,
going to
Kenny.
be going against Roman. I'm like, how are they going to screw this up now?
100%. But
Then
we'll see. We got a week left.
we had the Street Profits again, going up against LWO, but this time it was Carlito and Santos Escobar. Street Profits end up getting the win because you had Logan Paul ended up coming out during the match, gave a sucker punch to Rey Mysterio.
Stereo, yeah.
So then you had Santos alone in the match. He ends up getting a 2-on-1. Angelo Dawkins and Montez hit the Revelation. They get the victory. I really like this Street Profits heel angle. I wish it was with someone better than Bobby Lashley, but it fits for now.
Correct. They
But
could
I
have just
think
been heels by themselves. I mean, it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I mean, they play it so well. Like honestly, if you would have just gave me Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford and MVP, I'd have been like, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I
There you
think
go.
Bobby
Yeah,
Lashley's
that's
kind of like the
just as
odd
good.
man out on that because he's not that great of a wrestler and he's terrible on the mic.
Miserable.
One of the worst. Then,
All right.
after that match, you had Shotzi and Chelsea Green. I don't care for Chelsea Green. But Shotzi ended up getting the win, and I don't know what the purpose of it was. I don't think Shotzi's really in a tag team, if I'm correct.
Did she lose? Didn't she wrestle again on Halloween Havoc the next night? Like, she had an amazing pinhead fucking costume on.
Yeah, she did.
Did she win?
I have no idea, honestly. I did not keep up with Halloween Havoc. I will regret to inform all of you listeners that I'm not a average on the daily NXT type watcher. I love some of the talent on there, but it's just not enough for me to get all the way in. The past couple shows have been good, but no, I didn't watch Halloween Havoc, so I don't know.
Gotcha. But she did look fire, though. I'll give
Yeah.
her that.
Yeah, and she looked good on
Sure.
Friday too against Chelsea. I think she's and I've always liked Shotzi. I feel like they've kind of always underutilized her, but again, they do that with
Of
the entire women's
course.
division, you know.
Absolutely. They got Cardona's wife out here like she's important.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, crazy business.
So then
All
we
right.
had John Cena.
Aha.
He was in the ring with Paul Heyman, John Cena and Paul Heyman go way back and back into the OVW days and everything like that.
Yes, yes.
And he was telling him how he is the greatest of all time. He wants to raise his kids to be like John, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay.
Then all of a sudden, Solo Sikoa comes out and just beat the brakes off of John Cena a couple days before Crown Jewel. Again,
So
I think
Cena's going over. That's fair play.
I think he is too, because the angle that they kind of went is, he's like, I'm not enough anymore. And as soon as it started going like that, I'm like, all right, so Cena's getting the W at Crown Jewel. It's
Yeah,
already
correct,
done with.
bro. You
Honestly,
strengthen
though,
him up a little bit.
what I feel like they should have done, and will still should do, is put over Solo. I feel like John, he's had his time. Most likely, you're not going to give him another title run. Let's be real, dude's like pushing 50. I think they should have took the opportunity to kind of give Solo the W, because at some point this bloodline thing is going to be over, and then where's Solo
Yeah, a
going
guy
to
needs
be?
to be strong on the other end of this.
Yeah, because
They need
if
to book him
not,
strong.
once you decide to end this bloodline, you can't just build him from scratch. Now, obviously, getting beat by John Cena is not really going to knock him that far down on the totem pole, but it
No,
would it
no.
would definitely help to get the win.
Correct. It would do more for him than it would do for Cena.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. We'll see what happens on. Is it this Sunday or next Sunday? Next Sunday.
I think it's the 4th.
Yeah, this Saturday.
This
That's what I meant.
Saturday.
That's what I meant.
So used to them being on Sunday nights, right?
I know. It's still like, even to this day, they haven't been on a Sunday night in forever, but I'm just like, oh yeah, Sunday night.
I wish they would though, bro. I mean,
Dude.
and especially this Saturday at 2:00 in the afternoon shit. I don't this.
Yeah, those
England
ones
and
are always
Saudi
tough for me to
Arabia and
catch,
shit.
because I always forget that if they're in
I know.
London or Saudi, that they're like 10 hours ahead of us. So it's like, fuck,
Correct.
dude, I don't want to fucking watch this at 2:00, but I'm going to, because this card does have the potential to be very good.
And your boy, he's got a shot.
Yeah, that might be the only one I
I
turn on.
know,
I
bro.
might
I
just
know.
catch it at the end just to see it and, scream like a little schoolgirl, like I told you earlier. I mean,
Are we gonna record while we do this?
yeah, I think
Can we
that's
go live, like live reactions for these people? Like, well, it's a good card, bro. We don't have to do every
do
match, but
we
we can kind of record for certain ones.
do we have the ability to go live on Zencaster?
No,
Or do we have to
can't go
get
live. But
we
it
can
could be
figure
our
out a
live
way.
reaction to it. We could probably go live on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna just say. We can probably get something going on YouTube.
Deal.
We'll let you guys know.
Yes, we will.
So then we had Bianca Belair ending up coming out and saying, she wants her title back, and she's challenged Io Sky at Crown Jewel for the title. I think Bianca's going to get the W. I think
She needs one.
Io has done a good job at being champion, but again, it's one of those situations where she's not good on the mic, not to any fault of her own. It's just, language barrier a little bit. But she's been a good champion. She's decent in the ring, but Bianca Belair puts asses in the stands. I don't see a situation where they have Io take it unless there's a Bailey interruption or anything like that. Do you think Bianca ends up with the championship at Crown Jewel, or do you think Io retains it?
Like, I think she needs a win. Actually, you know what? I think she does. I think she does take it. Because they need strong champions going into Survivor Series.
That's
Like, and who's got who? So you know, it's like Io versus Ripley. It's cool,
but
but
it's
Bianca versus
not
Rhea is
Bianca versus
yeah,
Rhea. But
correct.
they still haven't announced if that's what they're doing though. I know that's kind of been the
The
past.
theme, but we don't know if I hope not, bro. Fuck it. I hope we, like I told you, I hope we get the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match
Well, that's the
with
only thing I've
the
heard though,
captains and shit.
is the potential of the war games, which would be fantastic. But I also like, I don't know. Like I said before, I've never really been a fan of Survivor Series because I don't like the pay-per-views where the titles can't change.
When I
Hopefully,
think of Survivor Series, I think of like classic Survivor Series. I think not like the last few years, like I get it,
yeah.
but I hope they kind of get back to that.
Yeah, and I kind of think they're toying with it right now. That's what makes the most sense to me because you haven't really gotten any announcements of, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Now, granted, we are still a little bit of time away from it, but usually they would start telling you some of the things that are going on, and the only thing we have right now is a War Games rumor, which fingers crossed that happens because that's one of my favorite matches of all time, and I'll definitely tune in for that.
As what
Um,
I. It's November 25th Survivor Series.
November 25th. So we're not too far out. We're less than a month away. I would assume maybe right after Crown Jewel we'll start to get some announcements on what's going on.
And it's heat that it's Thanksgiving weekend.
The only bad part about it is I am going to Ohio for Thanksgiving and I think I'm driving home on that Saturday, but maybe I can leave on Friday so I don't miss
Bro,
it.
tell Eden to drive for a little bit and
Just
hook the
pull it up on the
laptop up in the
phone.
car. Yeah, bro, hotspot from your phone to the laptop, hop on Zencaster, and we'll do like from the road podcast.
Yeah, we'll figure it out one way or another. I mean, we'll get it done.
I got you, brother. I got you.
All right, so just to wrap up SmackDown, we had LA Knight going against Jimmy Uso. He had interrupted, earlier in the contract signing and attacked LA Knight. So LA Knight ends up getting the win. Roman obviously jumps in. Excuse me. He jumps in and LA Knight hits him with the BFT, standing tall 8 days before Crown Jewel. Again, give this man his flowers. Crowd goes crazy.
Bro, they giving this man a Superman punch and a spear in about 1 minute 45 seconds.
There's
And
no,
then we're going to be on the podcast fucking hollering at the company, bro.
bro, nothing would piss me off more because you're finally getting, the I hate to say this because it's a stupid expression, but the stars are aligning with the megastar that is LA Knight. Like I told you, a couple months ago, they were trying to make him a manager, and now he's in the main event at Crown Jewel against Roman for the title. But they've been pissing me off for months.
Oh, they haven't even
For months.
they're not done yet, bro.
And that's my thing. Like,
They're not done
I'm
yet.
like, bro, are we just getting started on this? Are you gonna end up missing the opportunity because they're gonna wait too long? I don't think they're
I
going
think
to.
Mania's fine, bro.
I don't.
Mania's
I don't think
fine.
it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna wait that long.
Now I
I'm
think it's it.
telling
We're
you,
done. Him and Cody at Mania.
bro. I
What
would
the
love it.
fuck,
I would love it.
bro? Well, maybe Cody doesn't go for it this year.
That's what I can see too. But I just don't know who else you would
Maybe
give
it's
it
like
to at
not
this
about
point.
Cody this year. Maybe Cody is about the other one. Maybe he wins the one from Seth, and it's like, ah, this is cool, but like this is definitely not what I wanted. And then it could kickstart, the run again.
Right.
Because for them to give it to LA Knight and be like, oh, bro, the hottest star in the business we've seen in fucking 15 years. Fair play, hold that. Oh, but in about 6 months, that title's coming off of you. We're gonna give that to Cody Rhodes. Like that don't make sense either.
Well, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like I said, they have so many storylines going on that all roads potentially lead to a WWE championship, and it's just like, are we gonna have a bunch of like 1 month reigns now that Roman's had the belt for so long? Are you gonna keep putting it on someone else, or it just? I'm not seeing what the end game is, and I'm not seeing how they can incorporate Cody and LA Knight in the title without somebody getting stiffed or a
That's what I'm
one-month title reign.
saying. It does. I don't get it either. That's it's pissing me off, to be honest. But all right, we'll let them cook, bro. We'll let Hunter cook.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. I still have faith in him, and I think that I think they'll get it right one way or another. But to quickly move over to Crown Jewel, we're just going to run through this really quickly. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I still think Drew's got a chance to win. I think
I
Seth
do.
needs a little bit of time off. He's been defending I think they said he's defended it at pretty much every pay-per-view and every show. Like, he hasn't missed anything. So could see him getting a little bit of time off. It only makes sense just to have Drew take it. But at the same time, if they're not doing a champion versus champion at Survivor Series, it doesn't make sense for Drew to take it unless you go from Drew being the champion and then kind of making Sami Zayn that number one contender, which is a very good possibility.
Yes, it is. I'm cool with this either way, bro. I
Yeah.
like what you just. I'm down for Drew McIntyre to take it for a while. Like, I'm down for a big guy to have the belt, and I think it also makes Sami Zayn's story, but with him, a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said before, I think it's time for Drew to get a little bit of the limelight when it comes to having a championship, being around the crowds and everything like that, especially going into Mania season. So I
And he's
think,
perfect to hold that title, bro. That title's gonna look fire on him.
oh, bro, I already know. Like, that belt is built for the buff big dudes, and
Correct,
he's
bro.
definitely
Correct.
one of them.
Braun Breaker's gonna hold that title too. Watch.
Yeah, eventually, if he can ever get his shit together. I mean, he's good in the ring, but he's got a little bit of ways to go on the mic. But we'll see what happens. I don't think he's going to be in NXT too much longer, though. Let's go ahead and move on to the Women's World Championship match: Rhea Ripley, Nia
Oh, we
Jax,
spoke
Shayna
too much about
Baszler,
this already, bro.
Zoe
We spoke
Stark,
too much
Raquel
about this.
Rodriguez in a fatal 5-way match.
Fuck this one.
Raquel's going to get the
Yeah,
dub.
okay,
I think
that's
it's
fair
either
play.
going to be Raquel or Zoe Stark. We'll move on. Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. I think Logan Paul gets the W. I think he's going to get some gold. But
Nice.
here's the thing, though, and I'm just now realizing this as I'm saying it. I have every title being defended at Crown Jewel changing hands. So
Not gonna
some of my
happen.
picks are going to be terribly wrong. I do think Logan Paul wins this one. I think this is his first time getting the gold. Other than that, I think you're going to see a lot of high spots, and it should be a pretty entertaining match.
Yeah, I could see it being good, man.
Then we got Bianca Belair, Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. We already briefly covered this one, so Bianca's going to take this one. I don't see any question about it. Would not make sense to have the belt on anyone other than Bianca going into Mania season.
Agreed. I think she
Perfect.
brings the most prestige to it right now, and especially if they're going to go champion versus champion, it's the best matchup. And I mean, are they building anyone to take that belt?
That's the thing. Like, there really hasn't been. I mean, you have. Honestly, no. To be honest, no. It's been, Charlotte Flair, but I'm sick of her holding the title too.
Yeah, done seeing that for a minute. All right, fair play. I think Bianca's the logical choice.
All right, I do too. And then we have John Cena and Solo Sikoa. Again, this one can go either way. I think they should have Solo win it, but a part of my heart is telling me that John Cena's going to get another title shot, maybe at Survivor Series, maybe at the Royal Rumble. Maybe that's where they go with it and, have LA Knight
Nice.
win the Rumble. Should be Solo Sikoa going over, but I got John Cena in this one. What about you?
I think Solo Sikoa's. I'm gonna go on a different hot take.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he's gonna demolish him.
You think it's a squash?
Not a squash, but I think he's gonna beat the shit out of him. I think if the plan is to build Solo up I think he needs to have that kind of match against John Cena.
Yeah,
It's got to be a little, not like dominating, like I said, like not the way that like I feel the end of the night squash match is gonna go.
right. Not a Brock
But
versus Kofi, obviously.
no, definitely not that. But I think it's gonna we're gonna look at Solo different after this match, and I think it's gonna look more like Brock and John Cena at SummerSlam, fucking in 14 or whatever it was. Then it's gonna be an even match.
For the sake of Solo's career moving forward, I hope you're right. Because
Correct.
if it just doesn't make sense and it kind of kills his growth to have Cena win it, but we all know that WWE
They'll
is in
fuck it up.
love with John Cena. Yes, they will. And
They'll fuck it up. I know they will.
fingers crossed that they don't.
Correct.
And then we got Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. Already covered this one. I can't tell where they're going to go with this one just yet. It could easily go either way. I'm not a fan of Damian Priest. I don't like him. I don't like him in the Judgment Day. I think he's a slow person who can't even bend his legs. He's not good on the mic. He's slowly regressing as we're going. I want Cody Rhodes to win this one. I think he's going to pick up the W and then kind of
I agree.
move forward with his future title opportunities.
I think so too.
It doesn't make any sense to go any other way, especially with them being on Raw. Cody's kind of they're still in the process of building him, so it doesn't make sense for them to kind of cut him back down a couple notches.
True.
Then we did cover the Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then finally, undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns takes on my boy LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
We already know LA Knight's going to win this one. Not even a competition.
No, definitely not.
Not even a competition.
You got that right.
Honestly, I think it's a squash. I think LA Knight
Okay.
squashes Roman Reigns. You heard it here first.
Now, are you going to use that as like a hot take?
Yes. Hot take.
Okay. All right. Is that a good segue into our hot takes of the week?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and get into those hot takes of the week. As I said, I think LA Knight squashes Roman Reigns. It's the only thing that makes sense right now for the megastar. Give me your best. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Solo beating the shit out of John Cena.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll take it.
Okay.
All right, let me give you one more for the week. It's kind of not wrestling related, but I got the Cleveland Browns going to the playoffs. Going to the playoffs. Bro, if we can get...
That was good. You switched that one real quick. You're like, I got the Cleveland Browns going to the playoffs.
If we
No
can
doubt.
get Deshaun Watson healthy, there's not a team that can stop us.
You do look good, bro. You do look good. I'll give you this. Even the young kid back there was slinging a little bit today. Had you in position. I mean, fuck, what can you do?
Yeah, and what do you expect? Like,
Correct.
the kid, he was good in the XFL. He's been good in a backup role, but he's already had 2 fourth quarter comebacks for us to win the last 2 games. To expect him to do 3 in a row and make fucking history doing it, I wasn't expecting to get the win. Now it hurts even worse when you lose with 38 seconds left to Jackson Smith and Jigba, a fellow Buckeye. That hurt.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of salt in this wound right now, but I still have faith. All we need is a healthy Deshaun Watson, and I think we'll be good to go. Saw you had a little scare with the Washington Commanders earlier today. Did you ever think that you'd be down to that team? I don't really feel like they're that talented.
We were down to them last time too. We've been down before, bro. I don't get agita until there's like 4 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
Down in the second quarter is like so much football left.
It was definitely a good weekend of football for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. A lot of good games.
a lot of good games, a lot of down to the wire. I don't know if you heard, but they said Kirk Cousins tore his
Tore his
Achilles today, and
Achilles.
it's like, dude,
Ooh.
you know,
We were just talking about him the other day. Remember, we were ripping
yeah,
a
because
dog,
I'm
fucking
like,
like,
yo,
oh, bro,
bring
if
him to
this guy was
fucking
on any other
Cleveland.
team. Yeah, correct.
But it's like I feel bad for Minnesota because they already lost JJ, and now
I
you lose
know.
Kirk Cousins, and they had the potential to be such a good team right now. But there was a lot of good games. I know Cincinnati ended up beating the
San Francisco
49ers, which I don't know what to
was
expect out
mint.
of the 49ers anymore because they're so up and down right now.
Well, listen, my brother, you have the guy that was picked last in the draft playing like he was picked last in the draft. That's all it is.
Well,
For a minute, the team was supporting him. That was all good. Then Debo goes out. McCaffrey got a little banged up. The offensive line get a little banged up. Now all of a sudden it's an even playing field for him, and now he's throwing picks and losing the ball and holding the ball too long. Real Mr.
yeah.
Irrelevant shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but I mean,
No love for these motherfuckers, bro.
I just I don't know what to make of them now. I still have them making the playoffs, but it's gonna
Absolutely.
be
Absolutely.
they might end up having an away game at some point in the playoffs.
True.
And
They are.
fucking,
They're gonna have to come to us.
I'm sitting here watching the game day highlights, and the
What do we got?
Chiefs look fucking awful.
Oh, bro, it was
You can't
they're
score a
another one
touchdown
too.
on
Chiefs,
the
49ers,
Denver
I can't stand them.
Broncos. Like,
Oh, bro, it was rough for them today. Made them look real sussy.
yeah, and Patrick Mahomes, thank you very much because I was losing in fantasy and I was predicted to lose by 40. And now because you're a choke artist with -2 points, your boy's going to get the dub. It's a great day.
Minty.
And
Yeah, I
then,
think I'm winning in all fantasy league too.
yeah, I'm not doing too hot right now. I think the only one I have a winning record in is the work league. But the
Gotcha. Who you
Bengals,
playing? Who'd you
man.
play this week? Oh, you played Jones,
Yeah,
bro.
I played Jones this week.
Played
I'm
Jones.
gonna I'm
Why do
gonna
they
beat
think
him.
Jones is gonna win still? You're beating him by like 12. Oh, he's
Bro,
got like Goff going tomorrow and then Eckler
yeah,
and
but
Kmet.
I think Patrick Mahomes, because I have him in this league too, and that's gonna kill me, obviously. But like, bro, how
Gotcha.
CD Lamb got 41 points, and I'm gonna lose.
I seen that.
So, all right, let me ask you this. Yeah, I'm done talking about my fantasy team.
Okay.
So, final four NFL teams. Who do you think's gonna make it to the AFC Championship? Who's gonna make it to the NFC Championship?
I think it's going to be Eagles, Cowboys for the NFC.
Hmm.
And I think it'll be I don't know what the fucking AFC, bro. They're playing like shit, so I can't even like
Yeah,
let me
there's a
see.
lot of
Let me scroll
it's pretty
through a little bit
close.
here. Bro, I gotta go like I could see like Chiefs Ravens, Chiefs
I hope not.
Bengals if it lines up like that, like
Yeah, just
if the
Chiefs,
Bengals
everybody in
continue
the
to play
AFC
good.
North but the Cleveland Browns is basically what you're trying to tell me.
Bro, I gotta see more, bro. Like
Bro.
what are you right now? What are you guys right now?
4-3 now.
That's not bad, bro. Without the starter. All right, so I'll put you. I like the playoff take. I like the
Oh
playoff
yeah.
take.
No,
But like you're gonna have to have Watson on the field, bro. Like in the playoffs, like you gotta have this guy on the field.
trust me, I don't
You
have the
can't be in
Browns
there with
as
PJ Walker.
yeah, and I don't have them as my final four teams. I have them making the playoffs, but I think they take like a first or second round exit. I just
Gotcha.
don't think I think our defense is good enough, but I don't think Deshaun Watson's gonna make good enough decisions to get us there. But I
Not
do
even if you
think
play like, not even if you come up against like the Jets or something. Like so,
nah, because let's be
you.
real. Let's
All
be
right.
real. Cleveland's not gonna beat Miami. And Cleveland is definitely not going to beat the Chiefs. Yeah, they got beat today. They looked like shit, but the Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
True.
We're not going to get past either one of them. I do think it's going to be the Chiefs and the Dolphins, and I think the Dolphins have the better chance to make the Super Bowl. And
Oh, I
then,
forgot about Miami, bro. I didn't even
yeah,
think about them. I didn't even think about them.
yeah, but I do
I
have,
could see them in the Final Four, I guess.
trying to think of who I have in the NFC. I definitely have the Eagles. I'm just going to say, the Eagles and the 49ers. I think the 49ers get it figured out. I
Yeah, I
think
can see that.
Purdy bounces back. I think they'll have a nice little run right before the playoffs. And I do think Philly would probably still get the slight edge. But if I had to go for a Super Bowl right now, I'd probably say the Dolphins and the Eagles. And I think the Dolphins get the W
Nice.
this time.
No way.
I
Fair
think
play
so.
though. It's good.
I
It's a
think
good
so. It's too much
assessment.
speed on that
Yeah.
offense, bro. Too much speed on that
They
offense.
said that last time too.
Yeah, but they have some injuries going on right now. They'll be 100%
And
healthy
so
by
did we,
then.
bro.
Yeah,
We
but
had
it'll be fine. It's
six-string
fine.
fucking corners out there
It's fine.
covering Tyreek Hill, bro. This guy had 88 yards. I ain't worried about that. Fucking serious? No way.
Speaking
All
of
good.
upsets,
And now
how
we just
about?
grabbed Kevin Byard too.
Yeah, that was a great deal, and I'm actually pretty upset because I wanted the Browns to trade for Derrick Henry, but apparently they're not trading him. So we
No, this guy,
just.
the young boy, came in today and was slinging it, bro, for 4 touchdowns. This guy
Oh my
Jones was
God, Will
happy
Levis!
today.
Yeah, Jones
Yeah,
was
bro.
probably sitting there fucking rock
He
hard,
was.
dude.
He was, bro. He came in the garage, bro.
I'm sure. As soon as I saw that he was in and he threw like his second touchdown pass, I was gonna text Jones and be like, "Bro, don't even start." Like,
Of
but I think
course. He's like, oh, bro, you see the young boy slinging it around. I'm like, yeah, bro, I seen you, the fucking little crybaby quarterback
I
slinging
think
it
Will Levis
around.
will still be pretty good though. I think he's a better option
I
than
do too.
Tannehill, and I think
Oh,
Jones knows
bro,
that
come on.
too. I don't know if after the start today, I don't know if you see Tannehill again the rest of the season.
I don't think so either. I think he retires. Hopefully, he's 35, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, it's not even that, bro. It's like you have a lot of talent on that offense. You have fucking Derrick Henry on that offense and DeAndre Hopkins. There's no reason why you guys should be, even if they are 30 years old, there's no reason why they should be losing as much as they do. And then to have Will Levis come out, who's never played in a fucking game, and throw 4 touchdowns.
I
How do you
know,
how do you
bro.
put Tannehill back in after that?
You don't. That's just it, bro. Like, the writing's on the wall. We appreciate your time, buddy.
Right. Did you catch any of the Ngannou Fury fight? I know you were at the
Of
fair.
course. I was, but I was watching it at the fair. I had it on the stroller. I was pushing my son around in the stroller, and I had it positioned beautifully on the stroller where I was watching it.
My man got robbed.
Big time robbery, bro.
Robbed.
Big time robbery.
Tyson Fury scurried with the bag because,
Yeah, he's good.
dude, I have no idea
The bag, bro.
what these fucking judges were watching because, like, I wasn't fully invested in it and I had it on and I was kind of coming in and out of the room. But every time I came in and out of the room, I was
This guy
watching
was doing
Fury
bad.
get
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
shit kicked out of him. It
Correct,
wasn't as
correct.
bad as I thought it was going to be. But again, especially with Ngannou knocking down Tyson Fury and then Fury not knocking down Ngannou, and I know boxing rules and blah, blah, blah on points and whatever.
Let's take a look at both of their faces today.
Exactly. Ngannou looked
I'm
like
sure
he
there's
just woke
something
up from a
circulating.
fucking 12-hour nap. Like, didn't even have a
Correct.
scratch on him.
And
I think
Fury looked like he got
Fury's
his ass
eye
whooped.
was about to fall out of his head.
Yes. And he had the nerve to try and face off with Usyk and do all this other fucking theatrics after he got his ass whooped. I'm like, wow, bro, ballsy of this guy.
Yeah.
The rematch has to happen. Has to happen. You don't go to the Usyk fight. Usyk fight's dead, bro, until you truly beat this guy.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think they need to run it back, and hopefully Ngannou just decides to knock him out this time. And that's the tough part when you let it go to a decision. It can really go either way whenever the judges decide to do it. I think if we do see a rematch, we're gonna see Ngannou come at him a lot harder than he did.
I think so too, because now he knows what he's working with.
Yes. And let me ask you
I
this.
thought that was a good fight. What's up?
So what's the deal with Stipe being removed from the UFC roster? Is he retired now that he's not fighting Jones, or what's going on? Have you heard anything?
I have not heard anything other than that he was removed from the active roster.
Well, and that's what I was
Well,
kind of
listen.
confused about because, like, I know that he was basically just coming out of his semi-retirement to fight Jones for the title.
Absolutely.
But once they decided to they removed him from the card and threw the other 2 guys in for the interim, and now he's removed. I'm like, are we never going to get the Jones Stipe now? or is it going to
Maybe
just come
they
a
might
lot
have
later?
removed him for the moment because as long as he's active, like they have to offer him 3 fights a year or they have to pay him for him. So like he's not
Gotcha.
gonna take anything else. So he probably said, "Listen, fucking deactivate me, bro. I'm not taking anything else you want to give me. I'll wait till this guy's cleared, and then we'll get back into contract. And we'll do a 1 fight for me versus Jones. We'll do a contract just for that fight, and we'll take it after if anything goes my way." So I could see that being how it went.
Yeah, and I really hope it happens, dude. I want to see Stipe and Jones so bad. I feel like that would be honestly probably right up there with one of the top fights of all time in the heavyweight division.
Of course,
Fucking slugfest.
I agree. 100%. We were robbed, bro. 2 weeks.
Oh, dude, I
2
know. As soon
weeks.
as I
But I like
read
the I
it,
like
I
the
was like,
what's in place
bro.
of it too.
Yeah, it's still a pretty good card. I let me pull it up here. I was looking at it earlier today because I wanted to see.
Yeah, Yuri Prochazka and Poatan. That's gonna be heat in the light heavyweight division. Sergey Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall. That's gonna be another barn burner. It's a good card they replaced it with. It really was.
Yeah, it is. I'm definitely gonna, order it,
MSG
and
too. Ooh.
we'll see
Yeah,
what
we could
happens.
we can rock together. Maybe we'll film something. We'll
Yeah,
record
maybe we'll
whatever.
go do a little UFC live.
Correct. Oh, my girl Mackenzie Dern's on here too. Let's go. All right, nice. MSG. 2 weeks away, November 11th. All right.
All right. So I think we've pretty much covered everything today. You got anything else you want to say?
Fly, Eagles, fly. 7-1.
Boo, this man. Not a fucking chance.
I was good, bro. It was a good day. It was a good day.
All right. Well, that's all for today on the Heels Forever podcast. You can follow us on IG, on X, Machine Gun Kenny on Instagram for myself. Brody.
At Brody James. Oh, and I have a performance coming out. I have a show on Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. Where's that at?
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock at Chumley's Depot. But by the
Be
time
there,
this
be
airs,
fucking square.
it'll
Now we'll get
yeah,
it up early. We'll push it.
yeah. All right, nice.
All
All right,
right.
fair play, my brother. You
Until
good?
next time. Yes, I'm good.
All right, deal. Rip a dart on the FaceTime real quick.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you then, brother.
All right.
Time to play the game!